Headline news most affecting Chilliwack this week. Mayoral candidates are starting to emerge for the fall election. Yes, the kids can wear the grad tuxes and dresses to a live prom. BC Transit is rolling out the Next Ride app, and the Chilliwack Chiefs start to hand out the hardware. Our special guest this week includes Councillor Jeff Shields in another edition of Councillor's Corner, Chilliwack City. All right, Chilliwack, let's get started. And our top story. Last week, chillTV told you that Barry Neufeld is going to run for school trustee in the October municipal elections. Candidates are now starting to declare their intentions. This week, the Chilliwack Progress reporting that Mayor Ken Popoff will seek re-election. However, Councillor Sue Knott will not be in the running. She has openly stated that the abuse on social media has made the job less inviting. As well, she has many other responsibilities, including being the executive director of the Chilliwack Hospice Society. While announcements will be coming through the forthcoming months, the actual legal filing of the paperwork, that doesn't start until August the 30th. Live high school graduation and award ceremonies are back. First it was Abbotsford, and now Chilliwack schools have made the announcements. Grade 12 graduating over the past couple of years, they didn't have the live grads because of the pandemic. Chilliwack School Board Chair Jared Mumford says parents and students should really be checking with your own school's social media on what the actual plans are for specific schools. BC Transit has launched Next Ride. It's the automated vehicle location technology in the Central Fraser Valley, Chilliwack, Hope, and Agassiz-Harrison transit systems. This includes the Fraser Valley Express. Following several weeks of testing and training, the new technology is now available to BC Transit customers throughout the valley. Next Ride being launched in the Agassiz-Harrison system by May. Now you can access all that info through Transit app. Cultus Lake Park has announced an RFP, request for proposal, for a consulting position. The goal is to search for options to allow park growth. Cultus Lake Park and Cultus Lake Provincial Park are two separate entities, so they have their challenges when it comes to what is available for their own future growth. Cultus Lake issuing a cougar spotting warning for Sunnyside Campground. BC Conservation says it's really not out of the ordinary as the cats are out and about and they're looking for food for their families. Now, the Cultus Lake post-storm cleanup is well underway. Major restoration on the Columbia Valley Highway and Teapot Hill is complete. But the picnic tables that have been dredged out of Maple Bay, well, the Bobcats are now cleaning up that part of the beach. You can access the Maple Bay cabins, but the beach parking, that area remains off limits for the time being. The organizers for the proposed Bridal Falls Mountain Resort are now in France this week. They accepted an invitation to be one of the international speakers on a panel exploring mountain tourism industry issues and strategies. The idea does have the interest of local First Nations and other government agencies, but right now it is a long ways away from getting any type of a green light. After years in isolation, Lionsdale is ready to roar again. With the waning days of COVID, organizers are ready to start practices again. So every second Thursday at the Atchless Hall, the team of trained safety marshals are ready to teach you how to throw an axe, shoot archery, sword fight with either fencing foil or in full armor, or you'd like to be a crafty person, you'd like to try your hand at, let's say, scroll painting, performing arts, medieval dancing. Now, for more information, you need to Google Lionsdale Chatelaine. After the break, we're speaking with Councillor Jeff Shields in another edition of Councillor's Corner, Chilliwack City. Another edition of Councillor's Corner, Chilliwack City, with Councillor Jeff Shields. A bunch of topics, but first off and foremost, got to bring this up. The Chilliwack Progress brought it up. Are you going to run for re-election in the fall? Or, I mean, the paperwork you don't have to do until, what, August, I believe, the end of August. So.
Yeah, and the writ comes down in early September, but yeah, I got a couple of, as I mentioned in the paper, I got, family to talk to. I got employers I got to talk to, but I'm really enjoying it. So, and we got such a great team that I think I'm leaning more towards it than against it. So
Okay.
there we go.
We'll leave it at that.
Okay, sounds good.
We're in that lovely time of the year where we're going to talk about dikes, we're going to talk about freshette. To me, it doesn't look like it's going to be that bad of a year. What are you hearing?
Kind of hearing the same thing, mind you. This weather's been pretty unpredictable. So we've had such cold weather lately that it's the snowpack's not melting as much. But as far as the city goes, we're prepared. We've got that crack crew that goes out there. We check the dikes. We make sure everything's mowed. They look for any issues that there's going to be in the dikes. We make sure all the equipment's ready. We need all the floodgates are working. Everything is prepared for worst case scenario.
Okay, still with climate and freshettes and everything else, climate action plan. Where are we now? Where we're going to be doing some more studies, or?
We're actually in the last part of public input on the climate action plan. We've got our staff is just incredible, led by Tara Friesen. She knows everything that's going on, and so we get the public input, and then we're going to develop the plan. It's kind of a two-tiered plan where we're dealing with both what we can do at City Hall and then what we can do as an overall city.
Okay. Citywide garage sale. One man's junk's another man's treasure. We got that coming up. And are you in on this as well? Like looking at the garage and going, well.
I'm the opposite of a hoarder. When I see anything, I always get in trouble with my wife and my kids because I see something that sits around there and I ask once, and if I don't get a response, it's gone. But the garage sale is great because anything that we can keep out of the landfill, the better. Right? Just because the useful life is done for you, it doesn't mean it's done for anybody else. So whatever I can do, I recycle as much as I can, whether it be a garage sale, whether it be to any of the great thrift shops in town. But important thing for everyone, and whatever money you can make, you go around and you spend it on our local merchants and restaurateurs in Chilliwack and help to support the local economy. So it's a win for everybody.
Speaking of landfills and everything else, the single-use reduction bylaws now in. The plastic bags are disappearing. Any major pushback that you're hearing at City Hall, or has the majority of Chilliwackians saying, okay, it's a good thing?
There's been some minor pushback, but I think people are on board. A lot of, if you didn't see it coming, you were probably living in a closet because everybody knew it was coming. And I know it's for people, it's an inconvenience. For some of the businesses, it's quite an inconvenience. But it's getting into new habits, new routines, and just like everything else, it'll take time, but that's how it's going to work. We all have to change at this point in time.
The activity grant program, celebration activity grant program, this is something that's many groups have already taken advantage of. It's probably one of the best kept secrets that the city has, and obviously you want to promote it a little further here.
Well, yeah. I mean, it used to be, a lot of people that knew about it probably knew it as a neighborhood grant, but and that's the worst thing. It's a best kept secret because we don't want it to be a secret. We want people to apply and use it. And especially since we come out of 2 years of COVID where really we couldn't interact. I mean, you and I couldn't sit beside each other. So this is very important for getting people out, getting your neighbors out. I mean, there's a lot of people that have been cooped up in their home, and if they live by themselves, they've had almost no interaction. So this is an opportunity to get people out of their house, and neighborhoods have a responsibility to kind of look after their neighbors. I think it's a great opportunity.
City Councillor Jeff Shields, Councillor's Corner, Chilliwack City. Big thanks for coming by.
Hey, thanks, Don. Thanks for having me.
You're watching chillTV's News of the Week. chillTV Sports, while the Chiefs are out of the playoffs, they do remain busy. The Chiefs have taken over the gym and fitness area at the Chilliwack Coliseum, and now they're looking for a great name. The winning entry will get a Chiefs jersey. The annual awards are being announced one by one. So the Ross Beebe Scholastic Player of the Year, we tip our hats to A.J. Lacroix. Now, registration for Chilliwack minor hockey opens this weekend, May the 1st. That's when returning players between the ages of 7 and 21 can sign up. Just go to the Facebook page for Chilliwack minor hockey for all the information. The Chilliwack Giants spring camp for players aged 5 to 15 starts Sunday, May the 1st. The camp is at Townsend Park. It is free, and that's all thanks to all the team sponsors. The Giants' social media has all the information. chillTV weather, it is a mix of sun and cloud as we bid farewell to April. What's the line? April showers bring May flowers. Highs around 16. A big shout out to you for touching base with us. As you can tell, Josh Bohr and myself last week were down for the count with COVID. I'm back. Josh is still out of commission, so we wish him all the best. And a tip of the hat to our resident techie, Mark Gagnon, for flipping all the switches and making sure that we're actually on the air. If you'd like to participate in reporting news in Chilliwack and you have a story you think we should know about, you can always send us a note to news@chilltv.ca. We'd love to hear from you. That's the news this week. I'm Don Lehn.